The story of the British 1971 New Pence coin begins with one of the most significant monetary changes in modern British history, the decimalisation of the United Kingdom's currency system. Before 1971, Britain followed the centuries-old system of pounds, shillings, and pence, where 1 pound contained 20 shillings, and each shilling contained 12 pence, making conversion complex for ordinary people and inconvenient for an increasingly modern economy. By the mid-20th century, a strong demand had emerged to simplify this structure and align with global standards, which used decimal systems based on powers of 10. This shift toward modernization laid the foundation for the introduction of the new pence coins, including the 1971 two-pence piece, which would become an iconic coin of the era. Decimal Day arrived on the 15th of February 1971, marking a nationwide transformation. Millions of people were introduced to new coinage designs, new values, and a completely redesigned way of thinking about prices and money. Among the coins minted for this transition was the two new pence coin, dated 1971, the first year of its mass circulation. This coin carried a fresh and modern appearance, distinct from the pre-decimal coins that the public had used for generations. Its introduction represented not only a financial adjustment, but a cultural and historical shift as Britain turned a page from its Victorian and pre-Victorian economic traditions to a streamlined system, better suited for the future. The design of the 1971 new pence coin reflected both heritage and renewal. The obverse side displayed the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who at that time was still early in her long reign. The portrait was created by Arnold Machin, one of the most respected sculptors of the 20th century. His design portrayed the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, and this portrait would become one of the most recognizable royal images used on many Commonwealth coinages. The reverse side of the two new pence coin featured the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, accompanied by the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. This emblem had been associated with the Prince of Wales since the 14th century, and its inclusion on the coin connected modern Britain with deep royal and historical tradition. The phrase new pence was used deliberately. The government knew that people needed time to adjust from the old monetary system, so to avoid confusion, the decimal coins carried the word new to distinguish them from the older pre-decimal pence. For the two-pence coin, this helped prevent misunderstandings between the earlier coins valued differently and the fresh decimal units that now made up the new structure. The 1971 coins were part of the first fully decimalized set, and they played a crucial role in easing the British public into the revised monetary world. In its earliest years, the 1971 new pence coin became a familiar part of daily life, exchanged for bus fares purchased at local shops, used in vending machines, and carried in purses and pockets across the nation. Schools taught children how to calculate in decimal currency, adults adapted gradually, and retailers helped guide customers through the new system by displaying dual pricing for a time. The two-pence coin in particular was useful for small, everyday transactions, making it one of the most widely handled denominations during the early years of British decimalisation. Minting of the 1971 two new pence coin took place in enormous quantities at the Royal Mint, which had moved to a new purpose-built facility in Llantrisant, Wales, to accommodate the massive coin production needed for decimalisation. The Royal Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins using bronze made from copper, tin, and zinc. The thickness, weight, and color of the coin made it distinct from the smaller denominations and contributed to its solid feel in the hand, something many collectors and coin enthusiasts appreciate even today. Over time, the wording on the coin changed from new pence to two pence. This occurred in 1982, when the government officially decided that the transition period for decimalisation was long over and the new system was firmly established. As a result, coins minted after that year no longer carried the word new. Because 1971 was the first year of the decimal coins, and because new pence as a phrase appeared for a limited period, these early coins hold a special place in the history of British numismatics. Collectors value the 1971 new pence coin not because it is rare, but because it marks the birth of modern British currency. Millions survive today, but their historical value lies in their role in national transformation. Numismatists appreciate the design tradition weight and symbolism of these early decimal coins. Many hobbyists who began their interest in collecting during the 1970s fondly recall the new pence coins as the first pieces that sparked their passion for British coinage. The coin also represents an era of technological and industrial evolution. The new Royal Mint facility used advanced machinery capable of producing coins at speeds and volumes never previously possible in Britain. This allowed the government to introduce the entire decimal series rapidly and efficiently. The 1971 2 new pence coin stands as a testament to that moment of industrial growth and modernization. Culturally, the 1971 new pence coin appears in many family memories, old photographs, collections of children from the 70s and 80s, and the pockets of millions who lived through the transition. It is part of a nostalgic period for many Britons who associate these coins with school days, family outings, and the everyday rhythms of life in the early decimal era. For historians, the coin is a valuable object that helps tell the story of a country adapting to global economic norms while maintaining deep-rooted traditions. As decades passed, the coin continued to circulate widely until the 21st century when the Royal Mint shifted to copper-plated steel in place of the earlier bronze due to rising metal costs. This transition made the older bronze coins, including the 1971 new pence pieces, stand out even more as relics of a bygone time. Although still legal tender, many of them have been removed from circulation as people increasingly recognize their historical charm. Today, the 1971 British 2 new pence coin remains an important collectible, a teaching tool, a historical artifact, and a symbol of national change. Its design, elegant, traditional, and meaningful, continues to be admired. The coin tells the story of decimalisation, of industrial advancement, of cultural continuity, and of a nation modernizing its identity while keeping its heritage intact. For a 2-hour detailed documentary or YouTube video, this history can be expanded by showing footage of decimal day interviews with citizens who lived through the change expert commentary from numismatists and demonstrations of how pre-decimal currency differed from the new system introduced in 1971.